Hey, welcome everybody. I'm John Zidar. This is September 21st, Tuesday, and on behalf of PB Alerts, giving you alerts you really want, but giving you the training you really need, this is my DD. I like to call it at the top and hot because I look at stocks that have got a lot of attention. It could be from the news, high percentages, high volume, high interest. And right now, I am really focused in on high interest. There's a deadline right now of September 28th, and there's stocks that are running 200, 300, 400% in a day, or they're running 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, up. Why? Because there is that deadline of September 28th given by the SEC to OTC stocks that are not filing on time. And if they're not current by the end of this month, they're going to be yanked off the market and can't be bought or sold. So no company wants that to happen. And the ones that care are getting their filings in, 10Ks, 10Qs, disclosures. Any of these going in is a big deal. And an attorney letter is the last thing, which is the stamp of approval that certifies all the information as being acceptable and legal. And when that goes in, they go current. Another explosion of excitement. And the OTC market shows us the interest by showing us how many trades are being done on each stock. And we get all the information at a glance. Now, we did some looking at stocks yesterday, and I said, keep an eye on these folks. We had 6 of them that we looked at. Let's take a look at those 6 stocks and see how they did today real briefly so you can know, is this information really paying off, or are we just wasting our time looking at it the night before? So I took a screenshot of midday. This was about 12:30, somewhere around there, I'm guessing. These are our 6 stocks. You can see we're at 4%, 25%, 30%, 42, 7, and 37%. All of them gainers. Most were running ongoing current. Just having the financials come out has had these stocks running. And the others actually had news. One was getting into NFTs, the other one was getting into drones. That was our list yesterday. Take a look at these charts and see what they look like. There was some humongous bounces in the morning, and we like our morning plays, don't we? All right, starting off with our first one, AAPT. That one actually had a small bounce. It was a little rough for it this morning. It fell hard yesterday, started off with a small bump, and pretty much just went sideways. Wasn't one of the best ones today. AWSI. AWSI closed down here at just 1994 and jumped all the way up here to 35. 35, folks, that's almost 90%. And let's see, that was at 10 to 10. That was at 10 to 10, so in 20 minutes, there was a 100% gain virtually right there. BONZ was a big gainer yesterday. Let's see. She closed. She had that huge jump yesterday, came all the way down. We figured she had found her price level. This was the one that had a deal going with another company, not going current. And they had a small bump this morning compared to that, and then just went sideways. So as I said, they had already found the means to the value of their latest deal, and it pretty much just stuck on that 50%. Sybil has been doing well. Look, up all the way for 5 days. And there's actually another day back here squeaking out. We had a huge jump here in the morning. That was at another one at 10 to 10 in the morning. Reached her high and fell. You can see how these aren't lasting much more than that. Now it came back not totally to its high though. And how much was that gain? Oh, we're looking at about 35 to 47. So maybe 35, 40%, somewhere in there. This one has been rising for no good reason. The company came out with news and said, we don't know why our stock's rising. We have had no changes. It really shouldn't be. And from this line, it still rose another $1 after the news came out. That's what that line is for, the news release. And it fell all the way down, jumped back up, and is now going sideways. And it's found a whole new place to settle up here, when down here it started with no cause, no justified reason to be up here. So honestly, I think it's probably going to fall, just because the company itself said there's no reason it should be worth this much. But that was one that was on our list because it had so much attention. And the last one is toner. Look at this. Bottom corner, top corner. Hasn't been an easy ride. Step, step, step. Wow, room. I mean, this thing really is a power pack. It is just banging along, cruising like ILUS, I-L-U-S, another one that is just running on and on. And this one does have the going current on its tail. I think it still may be a yield sign. In thinking that, let's go jump over to the OTC market and see what we can find tonight that we can watch tomorrow, and I'll show you how you can find them. So this is the OTCmarkets.com. This is where I come regularly. I come here for all my real information because the OTC Markets is a legitimate site backed by the SEC and the FINRA. All the filings, the 10Ks, 10Qs, any filing, all the stock information is housed here. This is where they store it so you and I, the investors, can find it. And it's legitimate. It's not hyped up. So I always come here for that sort of information, and they do put lots of news and other good stuff here too. What we're here for though is this current market outlook. Hit that current market, come over here, and you're going to get 3 tabs. And before we jump down to that, since I'm staring at it square in the face, let's take a look here at how the day finished on the OTC market with about 12,000 securities right now before they yank off about 4,000 of them. We did $2 billion worth of business today, which is a little low. Yesterday, I think we did 2.4 billion, I think it was. 16 billion shares. A slow day is 30 billion. That is bad. Trades, 400,000 trades. That's better than what we've been running. Yesterday was good though. We were just this shy of hitting 600,000 trades yesterday, so it's a little volatile. But it is still a slow market over and over, but the dollar value is still roughly the same. All right, like I said, we got 3 different windows you can look at here. Most active, just the ones that have had gains, and just the ones that have losses. Now, this top one is very handy. You can search by dollar volume, which will show you which companies have had the most money invested in them today. You can search by share volume, which is how most of us surf and search anyways, by share volume. And you can search by trades. The bottom one here, advancers, is the one search you can't do up here, by percentage. That's the only search you can't do here, but that's the only search you can do here. So it will always have the highest percentage up at the top. Now, I do like this one up here because you can go through the trades and see right here at the top which ones have the absolute most trades. And what does that mean? The most people. If there are 6,220 trades on this stock, that's going to be roughly 6,000 people. Most of them have bought once. Some have bought more than once, but you see what I mean. There's a crowd of people here. So you're going to normally have a good, strong volume count since there's so many people, and you're normally going to have some good volume. Not in all cases, but especially what we're looking at right now. We're looking at yield signs. I don't see a yield sign here. So let's just jump on into this so we can see exactly what can be considered a strong gainer tomorrow. Now, I am doing all the stocks, every stock in the OTC market. You can just search for over $1, and you can search for over 5. Now, just so you can see, over $1, the top gainer was 380%, 225, and you can see the list coming down here. That's for the stocks over $1. Those are the absolute highest gainers on the entire market of 12,000 securities. Over 5 cents, our gainers would be, we're waiting. All right, so we're up to 2,800%, 1,400, 920. You can see as the price gets lower, the percentages can get much higher. And finally, we go to all, which will include everything, all the sub-penny stocks and everything. Now we got 9,900 up here. Now, these sort of increases is normally just eliminating more zeros. You see 3 zeros there right now. There's 2 more zeros. So this had 5 zeros in front of it. And this brought it up to 3 zeros. We can't buy at the 4 and 5 zero mark. So this is being bought somewhere else by some other sort of people, but not your everyday average investor. So these stop signs are not buyable. We cannot purchase them. They just won't let us because they're not filing. They are non-transparent. We don't know what's going on. And the double diamonds are CE, caveat emptor, even worse. Skull and crossbones. They give you a warning. Stay away from these companies. They may actually be trying to scam you. So we stay away from those. So we're not even looking at any of those. Pink is obviously good, but what we're primarily looking for, and it's funny I don't see any, right there, a yield sign. A yield sign is behind, but close to getting current. So when they file the last bit of filings, or even the beginning of their filings, or the attorney letter, the stocks are running, and they're running strong. Just out of curiosity, what do we got here? Look, now this is this is a great example. It really is. Okay, we've got 455% gains on NOXL, which probably is all about going current. Only did $1,000 worth of business today. That's it. Only did 7,000 shares of stock, 8,000 by 3 people. So you see a lot of gains here and you go, whoa, it's at 10 cents. But you don't know it hasn't got just 3 people. You're looking at your charts. All you see is volume. All you see is price. You see a big jump. The MACD looks strong. It all looks good. The missing piece of information is crucial. How many people? How many? If we don't have a crowd, chances are when you get in, it's going to sit there doing nothing. Or the very next sale is going to drop it. And you're going to be stuck holding a bag because there's nobody there to even buy it from you. So we're looking for the most trades. And I normally like to start at 3 digits, 100 and above. But of course, you're going to find stocks that are doing 65. There's 920% gains with 65 people. Obviously, these people are serious about this. They've put $40,000 into it today. So let's go take a look at CTON. I don't know anything about it. You can just click that button and it'll take you to the page and you can just scroll down to the bottom and see what they have available. I'm just going to open up a second page here and we'll get the information. All right, she is verified profile this month. She's gotten all her other information checked and verified. Says she's a shell company, meaning they're not doing anything. They're not making revenues. Could be bad or good, depending on what their plans are. We can see she's had a heck of a jump from nowhere to way up here. So let's see what is going on here. I was going to say, how can we have 923? It's only the 21st. That's from 2013. Okay, there we go. We have a, where's the first one? It was couple days ago, annual report, and that's it. I don't see anything else here. Now that is a couple days. Let's see, I'm coming up here to disclosures to see if there's any more filings that they may not be showing here. But I've clicked all to get everything, and it looks like that's it. 9/17, which would have been Friday, right? Friday. So Friday she brought out 2019, we can see right there. This is the years that they bring them out. So this is 2021 and this is 2019, 2020. So you can see they're late. And they still have not got in the quarterlies for the first and second quarter of this year. So they've got 2 more to go before they can even get an attorney letter in there to say it's all good and you can now uplist them, make them current again. So I want to see if this has been running since Friday, if it ran yesterday and ran today. Okay, here we are at CTON. This is a 4-hour look. You can see she doesn't get a lot of volume. I mean, that's 6 months. It just looks like 5 days. So speaking of 5 days, let's come down to that. All right, so is this yesterday? That's the 17th. All right, so the news, there was hardly any volume. You had 3 trades, 3 minor activities here on Friday. That's it. So this one line here, that is yesterday. That's all she got. Now these reports came out on Friday and there was no play on Monday at all. And we can see there's no new news. There's no other filing. So that's all we have. She hit a low bubble back here too. But look. Today, all of a sudden, she decides that that is valuable information, and it took off. from bottom corner to top corner, from low bubble to high bubble. The MACD climbing the entire time, and I don't know why. The RSI has just started right here, like she was considered dead there. And she's still in the red. Still in the red here. Ended on a high bubble basically, and had the smallest of smallest pullbacks and popped right back up. This looks good for continued run tomorrow. I'm not saying it's an ideal technical analysis here. The volume is low, but everything else looks real good. And the fact that she was running a day late in responding to the news, I think she might have something left over. Not to mention, she still has 2 quarters to go on filings and an attorney letter. So there are more catalysts to come. And that's what these things are running on. The future of this all turning over in, what do we got now, folks? 7 days, which is going to take this. I do believe that will be Tuesday of next week. So we have the rest of this week and Monday, and I don't know if they'll actually still be there Tuesday. So let's just say Monday is the absolute last day that you'd want to get out of any of these stocks if they have not gone current. But between now and then, the ones that are going to make you some good money. This right here was a 920% gain, folks, in one day on delayed news. 920%. That's almost a 10-bagger in one day. Wow. Wow. And the news was sitting there since Friday, and nobody responded to it. And I'm telling you, folks, these companies are running because the people who have investments in them are going to lose their investments, at least to limbo, for an indefinite amount of time over in the expert gray markets. They're not going to be able to get to their money. So to see a company that you're invested in go current, it's exciting. And these things are exploding. Do you see that? 920% in one day on a delayed reaction. Wow. Okay, and I think she might have more to give. Oh my God. That's what I said, isn't it? So let's jump back to, wow, 920%. Let's jump back to our advancer chart. All right, that was 65 people made 920%. Let's see what we can find. 12. I'm going to have to kick this out to more. We're down to 400% on our low here. Let's see. All right, I'm just looking down there. I'm looking for the most trades. 10, 16. Okay, there is 1,095 people. Let's just call it people. Doing just a bit over 250 million shares. Just over $1.2 million poured into this stock today. 225% gains. And the price is under a penny. It's just over 1/3 of a penny. NSPT. Somebody brought this to my attention with a bunch of little rockets next to it in a comment today. Let's go see what we can find on her. Matter of fact, let me just hit this and open up a new link. NSPT. Pink Limited, verified profile this month. All good. Again, a shell company, not making any revenues. Had a huge jump from 9/13, the date-wise, up to there. Now let's see what we got going. No news, absolutely nothing. But we had on the 16th, we had 2 quarterly reports for this year, the 3rd, March and June, which are catching them up. That's everything they need. There's their attorney letter. That's going to make it legal. And if the attorney letter is accepted without any questions about anything, this yield sign is going current. And that is what has got it running, simply for going current. They're filing. You do not see companies getting big major bumps just because they're filing. That's what you're supposed to do. These companies haven't been doing it, and that's what makes us exciting. Let's go see this chart. What was this now? 225% gains for Neuron Sport. All right, we're going to give us a full screen here since we're not doing any of the screening. This is 5 days, 5 minutes. Well, we can see it has been stair-stepping a wee bit, but not a whole lot of action. Nothing to really talk about until today. And is that yesterday? Yes, it is, and this is today. So that was a bounce with no precursors. Nobody could see this happening. However, on the 16th, they filed their quarterlies. On the 17th, they filed their attorney letter. And was that... So yesterday, Monday, it did nothing. It just stayed there flatlining, looking like if somebody had told you about this earlier, oh, look, they just put in their filings. This is going to run. Monday would come and you'd say, oh, this didn't do nothing. What a bunch of wahooey. And then, boom, the very next morning, it took off. And basically, the entire amount, it kept the whole day. It dropped a little, but this finished at quarter after 10. So it was real close to 10 in the morning. You had another huge climb, and then it started to fall, and this one hardly fell at all. Do I think it's going to continue? Well, probably not. I mean, it could, because it's got a gold current. Going current is going to be exciting too. But they've gotten everything. All of their quarterlies are in, and the attorney letter now. So they may be at a high right now. All right, continuing on down, we're down to 194% for all the stocks across the entire market. These were the highest. All right, let's not go too fast. We got one right here, 282, did almost 5 million shares today, $131,000. Not really a lot of money. It was just over 3 cents finishing, just under 4, 168%. That is not anything to complain about. ALST. Why do I keep doing that? All I got to do is click a button. All right, she is pink current, verified profile this month. Always like to see this stuff happening real close to our time frame. Let's see what we have down here. Any new news? Well, I'll be darned, we do. All-Star Health shareholder update, and the 19th, that was Sunday. That was news that came out Sunday. All-Star Health announces implementation of distribution and sales of Gold River products, beginning with their Dr. Bond's gummy line. You know, I'm going to bet this is CBDs. See what we got here. There you go. This isn't your average CBD gummy. Not by a long shot. Okay, so they are selling a CBD gummy. This news came out on Sunday, and then behind that on Monday they came out with a discussion and analysis, which you normally get some pretty good information. What is this? Basic disclosure. That's not what they said it was. And the basic disclosure is going to tell you about the company, the predecessor, who the company was before they were, security information, how many shares they got and what they've done with all those shares, who owns them. And then you're going to get information about the company itself. Right there, the purpose of this company, their products, their services, summarized. So basically, they have news. They've got a new product. They're bringing it to market, CBD gummies. And obviously, you do a little bigger, deeper digging, you may find that the company they're working with or something is big. But what was it? 168% gains on that news, since they're not going current. All right, so just that news itself, and that came, now see, we don't know what time that news came out. You can go around online and you can see what time some places put it out. That they'll actually put a time next to it, and you can see 1:10 in the afternoon. What time did this happen? This happened at 3:30 in the afternoon. Right there. So maybe that news came out at 3:30, because that's obviously when the jump happened, and it was a huge jump. It went all the way up here to 4.5 cents, and it started down here at about a penny and a half. So it actually went up 300%, something like that, 250%. But it kept most of it. It is way above its 50% mark. You know, now I like to draw it here, but based on the 1 minute, let's come to 1 minute. See how fast that happened. So you had 1 minute take it to here, which was over 100%. That's about 100% gain right there. Boop, there's 100%. Boop, over 200%. That's in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, folks. Wow. So how does she look for tomorrow? Well, to be honest, it doesn't look bad. Not bad at all. We're on the 1 minute, so we are really seeing what the people were feeling at the very end of the day. And you can see them here crowding at the end of the door with a lot of volume. Now, it didn't hit a high bubble here at the end of the day. Ended on a high. The 10 is above the 20. I don't even see a 200 here. We had a crossover right here. A strong move, so she's moving into strong territory. Coming out of the red into the green, and the RSI is just about ready to hit fire. So this could very well be a good morning play, ALST, for tomorrow morning. Wow. Look at that, folks. 3 minutes, 200% gains. That's amazing. All right, scouring the page some more. 504 for 40 million shares. They put in about $300,000 into the company today, and they did 132% gains, which means this was somewhere at about 002 when the day started. CGUD. Let's see what we get for them. Pink Limited verified this month. Good, good, good. Keep it fresh. Let's see. We got any new news? No, the news isn't new. And quarterly report, that's 1990. So, wow. So they've only had one report come out for 2020 on 9/16. I don't see anything else here, which seems a little exaggerated to be having 132% gains on a report that came out days ago. And it isn't even for 2021. That's for 2020. Bit strange. Let me see here, folks. Now, I'm a little curious because it doesn't make sense. I am going to take this ticker and I'm going to run over here to Twitter, and we're going to see what 1,000 different eyeballs know about this. Because I don't know everything that's going on, so I'm just going to ask. And you can get lots of details here. The company has applied. Now, this is 4 hours ago. The company has applied for and received a developer's license for the Apple mobile platform, which includes the iPhone and iPad developers tools. The company has also acquired the tools for development on the Android platform from Google. Gotta see how this plays out. Well, that's news. Where did we see that? You know, I didn't see that anywhere. It wasn't on any news. CG mentions Apple and Android connections on watch after CE drop. ComGuard is a public company which was incorporated on October 7th. There, license for Apple mobile platform, which includes iPhone. Okay, so obviously this information is coming from one of their updates. So there you go. When you start talking about Apple and Google and having something that is connected with them that you're going to be doing business with. All right, so we got CGUD up 5-day, 5 minute. And let's see, this is the first day. Yes, so there the market opened up from 003, and its initial 5-minute bounce was over 100%. Right there was over 100% in the first 5 minutes of the day. Over here it hit its high at, that was quite late in the day. That's 11:20. Now I've got a general feeling that when a stock, first off, I believe that when a stock has a huge bump in the first 30 minutes of the day, that's normally going to be its high. 8 out of 10 times it's going to come down. Don't know how far, but it's going to come down. However, if I see a stock run to 11, 12 in the afternoon, pushing a high, I think it's got more to give. Even if it falls in the back half of the day, I think that extra push shows extra power. And I consider that for the next day. So I would consider this. Not that the technicals look like it. No, this is all coming down. Doesn't look good at all. Doesn't say it does. Just saying as a general rule, anything that goes beyond that half-hour rise and goes to 11 or 12 and then starts to fall, I do keep it on a list to watch to see what happens. Now let's just back out and see, because this was what? 9/16 the news came out. So where is 9/16? That's 9/13. That's 9/16 right there. So it did get a bounce. It did get a jump there. And where did that jump from? Let's just say it jumped from 0016 in the first 30 minutes, 00. What was that really? Oh, goodness gracious, look at that, folks. Over 100% jump right there. That's going to be, so this was like a 200% jump. Virtually 200% on that very first and only financial filing right now. And then it fell, and then it climbed again. And there's nothing new. So, very interesting, except that people are talking about the Apple and the Google thing. And we don't know how much play gossip has. And that's what Twitter and Reddit is. It is news, but they're gossiping about that news. And gossip really makes a stock move. You can get people's interest if you can find stuff that they didn't know. They'll start talking about it and watch that price jump. All right, let's go back and see what else we got on that goodie page. Oh, we got 218 here at 2.5 million, $170,000, 130%. Man, there's lots of them, right? There are lots of them here. And let me ask you, have any of them disappointed yet? Everyone we're looking at. Now, let's take a break here. We've been looking and looking, and you can see, yeah, these are all running. It's true. You find ones that have big numbers over here. Normally, there's a lot of volume. Normally, there's a lot of percentage gain. And if you get to them early, which is what we're talking about, you can get those gains. So, you come over here in the morning. Now, this has a delay, and from the bell, it's not going to pop up. The information has to be accumulated. I do believe it's about 10 minutes. Yeah, so you will have to watch somewhere else. But for the long game, if you're going for these plays, you can't find here. So it's the best we can do. I will look around and see if I can find another site that tells us how many trades there are, because that is key information. But come over here in the morning, and when you see this one that has 65, early in the morning, this may have 6. But the rest of these will have 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, maybe. So anything relatively speaking, if it has a bigger number, any number that's mostly bigger than all the rest is a clue. And you're normally going to see more volume on that one and a percentage gain that's moving very quickly. So time is of essence. You know how fast these gains are moving. We're talking one day. Obviously, some of these are running for days, and you may want to stick in. But you may want to grab that gain. If you see it falling at 10 o'clock, you can jump back in and let it climb for the next 3 days. There's a lot of volatility and gains sitting on the table to be grabbed how you play. But this is the board to find those leads. You can't make these choices of how much and how little to take unless you know what stocks are going to give it to you. Let's move on to another one here. We were at that, what, 500? Right there. No, 218. Let's go check out UTRK. Universal Tracking Solutions. All right, we got any information here? No. Pink limited information is all we know. They did 130% gain today. Went up just over half a penny, or 5 cents. 5 cents. All right, we got any news? No, that's, 2012. Goodness. There you go. Again, you have annual report here for 2 years. That was on the 17th, Friday. Then you had on the 17th quarterly reports for 2021 and 2020. There's probably a few in there. Here's some more quarterly reports right up to now. That catches them all up. So what's missing? Right, the attorney letter. So all we're waiting for is the attorney letter here, which is the exciting part, because none of this is going to help them get current. I mean, they won't go current just because it's there. Of course it's helping. But until they get an attorney letter, doesn't count. Does not count yet. So we have that to look forward to, that attorney letter. And you can come over here. You don't have to wait to read about it. You can actually watch the attorney letter come out. Come over here during the day on 2, and you didn't see me do that real quick. It's at news right there. That'll bring you to this page. It'll show you news releases at the top, but right here is where you want to come. HPIL attorney letter. I've been waiting for that. Oh my God, that's good news for me. Yes, yes, yes. This HPIL is a company that sells NFTs, but that's not the real big deal. They've also got game competitions online that pays cash prizes, but that's not the big deal. What they do have is the Apogee D7 that they're working on. The science is already done. What am I talking about? It's an electric car that never needs charging. The batteries charge themselves as you go. You never ever plug in anywhere except for diagnostics. Oh my God, you think I'm BSing? I'm not. So that's here now. Oh boy, that's exciting. I have been waiting for this for months. You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's exciting to see these things, and people get excited. And I can't even buy this right now because it is a stop sign. It's at a very low price, and I would love to average down because I bought it before all this happened, and I can't even average down. So when this becomes limited, if it doesn't go directly to current, I am going to pile in on this one because I got in at 0006 originally. And it hit 006 and was showing a lot of momentum. And I scaled up and it went up over a penny. This was just a couple weeks ago, folks. And now it's down to 003 and I think it's going back to a penny. So that's 300% gains right there. But, I got off track there, didn't I? You come over here and during the day, whatever is at top is the most current release. So you have to hit the refresh button. It won't just change automatically. When you hit it and you see that company, which one was it we were looking at? UTRK. When you see UTRK, attorney letter pop up just like this one did, there you go. That's going to be a bounce. It's going to get people excited like you just seen me get. Real life, no BS. That wasn't acting. I'm surprised it was there. I've been waiting for it, and that's the way everybody's going to act. And we can't wait to get back in the game. Not to mention, there are lots of people watching these companies waiting for them to go current, and then they will invest. They won't take the risk of getting into a company that's not current. And you can't blame them. I'm after the gains. I'm a day trader. These things happen fast, and sometimes that's the game. And this is going to be very short-lived. It is going to end here September 28th. So that's how you can keep up with the actual. Now, that means you do have to watch it. You do have to watch it, which you can't do a whole lot more if you're really eyeballing this. So we have another one here, and I'm not going to go through these, folks, because there's just a lot of them today. I'm glad to see this. AGDY, 123% with 76 people, over 1 million shares. This one did through over 250 million shares, 100%. Stop sign. We can't look at it, can we? No. Good eye, Tommy. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, and sometimes these more buttons will actually lock up on you and you can't even go any further. Very aggravating. It happens. 261 people, 3.7 million shares, $500,000 put into them, 88% gains. BRZV. Let's see what BRZV did, because obviously this didn't have to go current, so she must have a catalyst. So we'll scroll down here to the bottom and just see what the news is. See, there you go. 9/21. So she did have news today. Breezer in negotiations, which means it hasn't happened. Catalyst. Right now you just have speculators investing in negotiations to acquire an ultra premium distilled spirits and marketing company. Don't know what it is. We're not going to jump in and look at it, but you can. You can see that they've already taken care of their filings, so that's not an issue. But this news has got them moving. And what did it do today? Well, let's just take a look since we started talking about it. You can't tease. We must please. So, taking a look at BRZV, 5-day, 5 minute. You can see she had very little activity on this day, which was what? Thursday? That was Wednesday. This was Thursday and Friday. And then we had our news come out. And boom, she took off. She opened up here, or she closed at about 8 cents and was at 18 cents at 10:45. 10:45 she hit 18 cents, which gave her over 120% right there. And she held most of it. She did not give hardly any of that back. And what does she look like? Well, she was at 55 RSI and climbing on the MACD. Not super strong. But again, remember, this was news about negotiations. That means it's not done. It hasn't happened. And every time they put out a piece of news that says they're getting a wee bit closer, it's amazing. People will just keep bumping the stock up on the news of now we have a letter of understanding. Now we have a letter of intent. Now we have an agreement. Now we have a purchase. So there can be a lot of steps to these bumps. And you can see this one definitely gave it some value today. And let me see, BSTK, another one that is probably going current, 200 people, 79%. IBGR, catalyst reason. Want to search these folks? You can go to otcmarkets.com just as easy as me. See that 347 and click that button. Come over here. Nexus Energy did 68% because they had news today. 9/21/2021 corporate update. Don't know what they have to read, but that's where we find why. And then you go to the charts and see what it looks like. So you see there are plays every day right now based on companies going current. That's it. This is what it's all about. Now, yeah, we're seeing stocks that are moving on news. Absolutely. But the ones that are doing ridiculous jumps and climbing day after day after day, it's because we're excited. You've seen how I reacted to seeing my HPIL finally getting that attorney letter in. Oh, God, I'm telling you, it's been 5 months. I'm frustrated and now relieved. I'm going to sleep better tonight, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow. All right, let's call that a day. Now, I did leave some goodies on the table. We didn't go through all of them. And that's okay, because you don't need me. You honestly don't. You don't need me to show you where all of these are. You now see where I go. I go to the OTC markets, and I go to current market, and I go to advancers, and I look for the ones that have the most trades. Ta-da! And I don't do this at the end of the day. I do it during the day, and so should you. Practice. Don't worry about doing anything but watching it. Come do it at 10 o'clock in the morning and see what it looks like. Look at it at 11. Look at it at 12. Get familiar with seeing it and see if they're popping out at you. See if they jump right out at you and they're like, wow, this could be pretty easy. And when you feel confident and comfortable, make your play. But remember, this current hot game is only until September 28th. So if you're looking for those big pops or long day runners, right now is the time to jump in. But of course, you're going to be able to make use of this every day, because every day there's going to be news on some stock, and some of the news is going to be big and hot, and stocks are going to run. And you're going to know exactly how to pinpoint the interest for those stocks. Not reading every piece of news trying to second guess what people are thinking. Just go see where the people are gathering. Whatever line is longest at the movie theater is normally the better movie. That's the way I see it. I hope I've shared something with you interesting. I hope it actually helps. Remember, folks, you can't know too much. The more you know, the more you grow. See ya.